Hey Cancer, this is your August 2022 soul story. This is Romy here. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune into my channel. If you've got a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, this is your reading. So we're going to give you some dates and some messages that I hope will help to equip you as you navigate your way through August. If you are a regular to my channel, please note the new format this month. And if you're new, then I'm very happy to welcome you here. We're opening up this month with the energy of the Three of Wands for you. Now, Cancer, there might not be so much perfection in the process of what is unfolding in August, okay? So I need you to try to let go and make peace with how things are unfolding. And I want you to focus on your progress, and I want you to focus on the impact that that is having on your life, on your mindset, and really the way in which that experience is helping to influence people around you, because I really see that taking place. Now, there's some quite disruptive energy coming in at the beginning of the month with Mars conjunct Uranus and the North Node. It's going to feel vibrant, perhaps for some of you actually quite exciting, and in a sense there'll be some anticipation that you're feeling into, but at the same time it could bring about some sudden events, some unexpected developments, and that might feel like it impacts on your equilibrium a little bit. You are right out here on the leading edge, and you've got a very clear view of the horizon. Now, there's a few clouds kind of forming in the background there, so you are aware that there's maybe a little bit of uncertainty ahead through this month. But what I want you to remember is that August for you is really about nurturing, it's about creating, and it's about healing. And so there'll be moments where you have to ask yourself, am I seeking comfort here, or am I seeking solutions? Am I really looking for ways to support my growth, to help to elevate my energy, elevate my way of thinking? And that's really going to help you with some of that disruptive energy coming in, because often it's inviting us to relinquish control, so there might be a little bit of that power play dynamic unfolding. Now, we're going to be making our way towards Lionsgate energy on the 8th of August, really powerful, auspicious date in the calendar. And here we're going to see the Earth and the Sun align with Sirius and that galactic center. And you want to tune in to some of these energetic downloads, because they're really helping support this up-leveling that's taking place. You have to stay determined, Cancer. The discomfort that you may be feeling is necessary in a way, because it is about that birthing process. It's about the growth. Now, as we're working through Leo season into your second house, remember, it's not just about breaking even, Cancer. It's recognizing that the reciprocity that we're looking for, the investment that you've been made, you're expecting, you're looking for, and you want to be enabling more. Judgment comes through with a major turning point, a major decision. It's not a surprise to see this rebirth emerging for you, because I think as you've come out of your own solar returns, now it's a time where you're starting to take definitive action to really back up the shifts and changes that you've started to see in yourself. There's a reminder, I think, in August as well that, each response uses energetic currency, if you like, and I want you to stop and question how your energy bank account is looking, okay? Because there is going to be some adjustments that are required. And if you don't make them for yourself, the universe already knows what's for your highest good, your highest timeline, especially as we're working with that North Node energy at the beginning of the month with that conjunction. So, if you're not getting out ahead of it, working with it, then it's likely to come in and sort of direct you anyway. And when we feel like we're sort of caught in that riptide, it can almost feel like we're in the washing machine and we get kind of turned upside down a little bit. So that change that takes place doesn't have to feel as disruptive as it could be if your eyes are open, if you're looking right into the challenge of it, if you're embracing what it means for you, and you're just allowing like these portals of possibility to carry you further, knowing full well what you've already invested, the work that you've already put in the areas of your life that are are important. So as part of this, I want you to remember this month, Cancer, not to be in the middle of someone else's indecision, because that could have the tendency to make you feel really stuck where you don't need to be. So there may be a moment, especially as we approach that full moon in Aquarius coming in on the 11th of the month, where you really have to try to take control back of a dialogue or a narrative. If you don't, you could sink into a little bit of inertia or malaise with regards to a situation because you feel there's a futility to it, or kind of like, what's the point? But there is something here that you're not yet seeing. Now, you're in a sort of contemplative, reflective place here, and I don't think that's a bad thing for you, especially around that moon energy. Because as we make our way toward the 18th, we've got Venus trining with Jupiter, and here there's something really important showing up for you. It's like a match made in heaven is what Spirit are telling me. And so we want to be ready and kind of clearing out anything that isn't feeling good or isn't sitting well with us or resonating, so that we can absolutely put ourselves in a position to be able to identify that. It's not like you ever miss anything. We know the universe will consistently bring things back around that are meant to be a part of our journey, but sometimes our free will can, impact the timelines of things. Sometimes the degree to which we've done the work or we've understood what the experience was meant to do for us, the degree to which we've actually implemented the growth can all help to influence how things are showing up and the way that they're showing up and our ability to receive them. So if you find yourself getting really frustrated, which is quite likely in August, this energy has got a little bit of a sink or swim feeling to it. And so as you feel like in some instances you're being put in the deep end with regards to something and you find yourself kind of feeling uncomfortable with that, moon energy comes through and there may be a slight sense of some fears being activated or some almost like you're not being given the full picture, or you've been put in a situation that you feel out of your depth. But honestly, like, what's going to emerge from that is a reminder from the universe to sort of come back into yourself, because you have been through something like this before, is what Spirit are telling me. So now is your opportunity to respond differently. There's going to be like a trigger, almost default response setting that is wanting to be cleared out. The programming is meant to change. You are making way for a completely new way of experiencing things, new way of thinking, new way of approaching. But in order to sort of facilitate that full transition, they will kind of bring you full circle back to something, and the tendency is that we could just, without thinking, go full headlong into what we've always done. That moon is almost obscuring something, and so you can't quite see the significance, the importance of the change that you're meant to make, that you're about to make. But on an intuitive level, you'll feel it strongly, so try to trust into that, okay? Again, during that full moon, you'll be asked to step up in some regards, and that might feel a little bit uncomfortable for you, because you might feel, I'm not ready yet. Don't force me, don't push me. There's something about kind of that urgency coming forth. And I suppose the question that you need to kind of take away is, is it coming in because the universe is saying, okay, this is past, this is like overdue, you really need to catch up, this is where you need to do the work? Or is it someone else's timeline and it's coming from their insecurity and their projected fear that they need you to do, to be, to act, or to respond in a certain way? So you're going to have to make that judgment call. I think you will make the right judgment call, because inevitably what we're looking at through the course of this month is you actually, as we said, being able to nurture, to create, to heal, and to truly make some incredible progress. I suppose the thing you also need to keep in mind, Cancer, is like not making a decision is still a decision. Not saying anything is absolutely still saying something. So you just need to be truthful and honest with yourself, not necessarily feeling bound to kind of justify or explain to anyone else, but you just need to go within and go, okay, what is this truly about for me? So the Six of Wands is coming in, and I really like the placement of this, because as that decision is made, as that rebirth is unfolding, even though there's some uncertainty and confusion around what that truly means, ultimately what we see is recognition coming your way. And it's almost like a little reward from the universe of saying, like, job well done, Cancer. Like, you followed through. You were supposed to do this. You were supposed to trust in yourself in this way. The victory is yours to have. Now, it might be fleeting, so, we don't have to sit and milk it for the entire month because there's work to do. But absolutely, you're meant to stop and celebrate and give yourself credit when actually the things that even though they feel uncomfortable, are inevitable. You get on board and you follow it through all the way this time, not just halfway, not just toe in the water, like full on. I'm sinking, I'm swimming, I'm going to go all the way to shore. This is what's happening. And you'll find your rhythm, you'll find your stroke. And I actually think that you're going to get some interesting validation around that from people who are very close to you, okay? The sun energy coming in. Now, a couple of things to look out for. Mars is shifting into Gemini on the 20th of the month. It's your 12th house, so it's about what we need to release, especially around some of the subconscious parts of ourselves. But again, spiritually, we're attuning to something and we're almost identifying new sources of energy, especially with that sun illuminating this. But Mars in Gemini is saying that our motivation levels, the plans that we have, the way that we're communicating, everything is feeling quite urgent. It's pressing. We want to make short-term tactical decisions, and there's a whole flurry of activity. Now, there's a green light around this. Soon enough, we're going to welcome in the next few weeks Mars going retrograde and feeling into the shadow of that in September. So take the time now where you feel that sense of urgency to capitalize on it, because if you wait, you might have to wait until Mars is fully out of that cycle before you feel like you're ready to embark or to kind of take that on again, okay? Vesta is also shifting retrograde in Aquarius on the 21st, so there's a decision around personal freedom versus what's best for the group, what's best for the people around me, the friendships, the family I'm connected to, the team that I'm working with, the community at large. You might have a little bit of a kind of inner conflict going on around that, but ultimately what we're looking at is that, you have to release some of the old survival strategies because you're being challenged to develop something new, and that means that you have to trust and put something in place for yourself first. Then you're going to be able to support everyone else. There's a creative vision that's going to come to life for you this month. I mean, I feel like it's something that it's totally brand new. It's not anything that you've felt before, you've seen before. So there's something very original about it. There's something quite audacious about the thought of it for you. It feels a bit like, oh my goodness, dare I even think that? May I be bold enough to consider that? The answer to this is a resounding yes. As we come into Virgo season, beginning on the 22nd, welcoming the new moon in Virgo on the 27th. There's something very important about the way it challenges you to think differently, to really come outside your comfort zone. And I think you're going to be taking this idea, this inspiration, and really bringing some form to it, adding to it, investigating things around it. We also have Uranus going retrograde in Taurus on the 24th of the month. Remember, that can be disruptive when these planets station direct or retrograde. But the same day, Venus trines with Chiron, the wounded healer planet, bringing in some beautiful, profound shifts in our healing. And for you, particularly Cancer, the consideration of how you can share that experience, and whether even there's an offer to sort of monetize that if you're looking to expand your security and consider how you can bring in new income streams. So something you've been through, you can share, and it has real value. Now, we usually have a 9-card block for our soul stories. We are going to continue to do that, but this month I am going to reveal the cards during the extended version of the reading. So if you're new to the channel, you will find the link for that in the description and the comment section underneath. Okay, so just pulling our final 3 cards to complete the story. All the decks I use, Cancer, are also detailed in the description and the comment section underneath for your reference. So we're going to go ahead and pull you an astrology card for the month ahead. Let's take a look and see what that wants to be. Okay, you've got the 7th house of relationships, also mirror energy. We'll go into that in more detail. And this is my Life Soul Vision Oracle deck, new deck that is coming out a little bit later than expected in August. Thank you so much for your patience if you've pre-ordered. If you want to see a full preview of the deck, please go ahead and visit my website. The link is below. And can't wait to get some feedback of you guys using it. So what's your message this month? Let's have a look. Okay, you have the Spirit Stag, heavenly timing, beautiful. I'll go into that in more detail in our next reading. Now, I want you to think about a personal question, Cancer. Let's put some focus around that, and we're going to pull some cards for you in relation to it. Okay. And our clarifiers, which will give us some direction for the extended reading. So beginning with that Three of Wands. Two of Pentacles coming in here. Seven of Cups. Judgment and the Ace of Cups. Oh, I love the renewal of that. Five of Swords. Put one more there. Three of Pentacles. Nice. Ace of Pentacles. Lovely. Another Three of Wands. The Moon is bringing in the Page of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. There's that reciprocity energy. Magician. Another Ace here. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in for your August reading. If you'd like to continue this, we will pick it up in our extended reading. I'm going to wish you beautiful blessings for this month, and I will see you again next time. You take care.